You want to create images that move people emotionally? Well, then focus on that specifically.
Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Photography Radio. My name is Tomasz, and today you are listening to The Woo with Karen Hutton, where she muses up a tasty blend of inspiration, photography, and life. Enjoy.
Can you imagine your life without photography? No? Then you will love this show. And it doesn't matter if you're a DSLR, a mirrorless, or a mobile phone shooter. We're here to help your photography grow. This is Photography Radio.
This is Karen Hutton, and welcome to The Woo. Today, let's talk creativity. I mean, we love being it. We love it when it strikes. We love stuff made with it, and we often wish we had more of it. Well, guess what? There are 15 qualities that help creativity grow, thrive, leap, and jive. There are probably more. But here are my top 15 faves, not necessarily in any particular order. We start with number 1, fierceness. Because, oh baby, do you gotta be brave and fierce. Think of your creative spirit, your creative muse, creative force, and the woo as the bestest best part of you. Now, some people think creativity is all light and loveliness, that creatives have it easy because they get to do whatever they want, whenever they want, la 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 la, cue adorable little airhead icon. But make no mistake. Creativity takes a no-holds-barred, fierce heart of a warrior. Courageous and enduring. You have to be tender, tough, focused, and wholly determined to protect this precious being against all naysayers, especially thems that would honestly feel more comfortable if you'd just be a little less. No. If there's one thing I'm a stand for around here, it's protect your inner woo first, and then put the oxygen mask on anybody else who needs one after that. Number 2, love. Risk it all, baby. Just love. Whatever you can, whenever you're able, love stuff. Love the people in your life. Love light. Love the air. Love coffee or tea or chocolate or whatever gives you that little whoosh of happiness. Love the fact that you're above ground and breathing if you can't think of anything else. Love the creative force, the universe, God, whatever you want to call him, her, it. Just love. Weave it into your language. I always love that. I love it when that happens. I love you. Just find things to love. And do it on purpose. Willingly, willfully see through that lens first and foremost. Photograph what you love. Say yes or no based upon what you love, or would most love to feel. It's very woo to love. So that just might have to be the hall pass and key to the kingdom. Number 3, a sense of humor. Okay, a sense of humor is key. You're gonna need whole heaping doses of this one. Because when you can find humor in even the most unlikely, ishy, painful situations, honey, everything is more fun. You lighten up, you let go a little, you take a breath, you have a laugh. And strangely, when you do that, it helps you see better, be more creative, have better ideas, and sometimes, if you need it, lower your blood pressure. Number 4, compassion, forgiveness. Now, I don't know about you, but I make a lot of mistakes. Some are just so dumb, it's embarrassing. Plus, I never seem to be where I think I should be, and that irks me on a daily basis. That is, unless I am being equally relentless, or maybe even more relentless, about being compassionate and forgiving of myself. Because without compassion and forgiveness, they're twin stars, not just for these perceived failings of mine, but more importantly for the fact that I still do them sometimes and judge myself when I do, well, I would just evaporate and disappear. Compassion and forgiveness are the blessing and tender touch that creativity must have in order to keep going. It is the yes. And we have to be the ones to invite and ask for it. Oh yeah, don't forget this, and accept it. You know, that latter part, it's key. So number 5 is patience. Now, you're going to have to be way more patient with your own creativity than you ever dreamed possible. And I'm not kidding about this. Just plan on it. Exponential patience. Time does not bend to your will. The creative muse has her own ideas, and you? Well, you just got to be patient. And there will be a test on this. In fact, many of them. I think creativity just wants to make sure we're all serious about this. Number 6 is relentlessness. Now, this is a cousin to fierceness, and it's a tricky term, but it's a genius ingredient for inciting creativity. Now, the kind of relentlessness I'm talking about is not harsh, hard, or mean. No, no, no. It's like the voice of your conscience, but the one that does not berate you. It just never goes away. It's like a clock ticking isn't mean. It's just persistent, continuous, Take number 5 that we just talked about, patience. Well, you need relentless patience. Creativity takes a certain brand of relentlessness that keeps you going when you don't think you can take another step. And it's tempered by compassion, love, humor, and all the rest, but it's never, ever going to give up, and neither must you. Number 7, gratitude. Now, who doesn't love to be appreciated? We all do. And your beautiful creative muse is just the same. Nothing lays a more fertile ground for the growth of all kinds of fantastic creations than gratitude. Being grateful, and I mean genuinely, wholeheartedly, wrap your arms around it and kiss it on the lips appreciative for the ability to create, feel good, and manifest an amazing life is like a bat signal in the sky. It's a rallying call and an invitation for more awesomeness than you ever dreamed of. Creativity? Well, it simply thrives in a soil enriched with gratitude, and it goes even better with a little spritz of gratitudinal grace in the air. Number 8, laser-like focus. I love this one because this is a cousin to relentlessness, but with the addition of specificity. True creativity requires a focus of such specificity about what you're after that it stays clear no matter what else is going on, no matter the distractions, no matter anything. You want to create images that move people emotionally? Well, then focus on that specifically. Ask all the right questions, experiment, test, play, do everything that needs doing, feeling, and thinking about in order to make that one thing happen. Laser-like focus. Like a laser beam aimed straight at the heart of the sun. And then, once you've focused your all and you really can do no more, then you let go and you trust the vision. Number 9, the question, why? Okay, I had a great mentor once explain the genius of the kindergarten mind. It's a mindset that always sees with fresh eyes, is innocent, and it always asks why. Knowing your why and feeling its truth resonating deep inside your body is one of creativity's supreme asks. When your why is clear, you know that you know what you know. About the shot, about the composition, the story, the processing, the settings, all of it and beyond. And that's just photography. Knowing your why in your life or anything else you do, well, honey, it's a superpower. Number 10 is listening. Oh my God, people talk too damn much. On top of it, everybody's a freaking expert, apparently. And I don't just mean in photography. The problem is when you're talking, you're not listening. You can only see, photographically speaking, or create anything original when you listen. You have to listen to yourself, to your muse, to your truth, to the voice of what you know that you know that you know. See, true creativity doesn't yell. It wants an invitation, which you can only hear and offer by listening very, very carefully. So zip it and feel and let it come. Number 11, discernment. I always say this to my people, photographer, know thyself. Because creativity takes a tremendous ability to discern what's real and true for you and what isn't. For some, that can take a lifetime. As a creative, you have to listen and discern about which ideas are really yours or someone else's. Heck, you have to do that in life. It's even more true in your life. The real stuff will stir something deep inside, something original, something truly you that begs for expression in your own voice. It could be divinely guided, but it has a flavor of truth and realness and authenticity that only you know. And that's the discernment part. It is not a hash or a replay of general opinion or another person's work. But you gotta get a little quiet and listen and know your why to be able to tap into the mighty powers of discernment. You will be all the wiser for it, and your creative endeavors will sing. Number 12 is boundaries. Oh my goodness, I love this one. Because who hasn't had some know-it-all bust into your jam and start telling you how you ought to create, or think, or do, whatever? Jeebus, people, back off. So, boundaries. The line in the sand that says, beyond this line you shall not go. That radiates far enough out from you that boundary breakers just don't even try. Me loves boundaries. And so does creativity, since you know what? It thrives on feeling safe. Number 13 is a sense of adventure. What better adventure is there than to become your most awesome, free, and creative self? Cue epic adventure movie music. When your sense of adventure is in place, hey, you're up for the game, you're in it to win it, you're packed light, you're ready to go, and you're alive. I mean, kids know how to have adventures every single day. And you know what? We do too, if we allow ourselves to play big or go home. So yeah, adventure. Number 14, wisdom. Sure, you can be creative, like popcorn flinging itself out of its pot and across the room in an outrageous explosion of popcorn poppery. Whew, I'm tired from just saying that. But remember, creativity is part of your precious life force. Over time, wisdom teaches you to apply this mighty power in more thoughtful ways, perhaps, than spray and pray. Whether for the benefit of yourself, for all, or all the above, with discernment. Wisdom and discernment are besties, by the way, because the question is, where is this mighty power of creativity best conjured and invested? Wisdom will tell you, and the results will be all the richer and more delicious for it. Number 15 is awe. Now, this one could be first, in all honesty, but I figured putting it last sort of connects the dots and makes this whole thing one big circular breath. Gotta love it. You see, awe is like the fairy dust of emotions. It's magical, the way it sneaks up on you and instantly transforms the way you see not only the moment you're standing in, but life itself, in an instant. You can think of it as a perceived vastness which reshapes or even turns the way you understand the world on its ear. There's actual science behind it at this point, but for today, let's just say this. It matters to us artists because awe shatters expectations. And expectations are often what glues our feet to the ground, limits our vision, and makes us quit before we've even begun. Awe creates instant mindfulness. It alters how we see ordinary things. It creates more specificity, naturally, than you can shake a stick at. And art, above all, requires specificity. And if that weren't enough, it's also good for the immune system, for cognitive function, our social interactions, our general happiness. Oh my God, the list goes on and on. In fact, awe is such a huge topic, I might just dedicate an upcoming Whoop-isode, a term I just coined, to awe and awe alone. Well, that's it, the big 15 qualities that creativity needs from you now. Now, you don't have to do all of them. Do a few, do a couple. But be aware that creativity it's like our superpower. We're all hardwired for it. But it doesn't mean you can take it for granted. It likes to be invited. It likes to be nurtured. It likes to have a lovely bed to sleep in. It likes to have its favorite foods. You know, blow in its ear a little bit. So, these are my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. In any case, this is Karen Hutton, and I'll talk to you next time on The Woo.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit subscribe on your podcast app. It would mean a lot for us to have you as our regular listener. Head over to photographyradio.com to drop your suggestion for future editions of Photography Radio or simply to say hello. We would absolutely love to hear from you. In the meantime, have a wonderful night and we will be back with more photography in your ears very soon.